I think the society should start by understanding first that mental health is not something a child can choose to not have. You know, it's not just a emotion that comes up. It's really something that's very rooted in you, and it's very difficult to dispel that feelings of despair. And like Elaine said, right, a lot of children may not even be able to go to their parents because parents would say, why can't you speak to me? Why must you speak to a psychiatrist? It's very, very different. When a parent says that, right, it just goes to show that to them, they do feel that mental health is not as big a thing as it is. You know, you just need to be able to talk it out. You just need to find friends, go do stuff that you like. And even at this stage, right, there's still friends telling us, go do stuff that you like, go gardening, go do yoga, and you'll feel better, you'll feel happier. That's not the case. It's not as simple as it is. And we do need society to really understand that mental health is a very, very big issue. People who suffer from mental health are not going through a better deal than a person suffering from cancer, because it's something that they cannot control as well. And only when the society can recognize that, then will they be able to treat a person with mental health issues with that dignity and that respect that they need, so that they are able to stand up and say, yes, I have a mental health issue and I need to seek help for it.
If you don't talk about it openly, collectively, you're not going to be able to address, and you're not going to prevent suicide.
And if you think about it, isn't not talking about it the main cause of suicide in the first place? That they have no outlet to relieve the feelings that they feel inside. They may not even be able to understand what they're feeling inside, and they just need somebody to talk to. But if they have that feeling, you know, if parents like turn the deaf ear, and to them it's like, oh, I'm going to get scolded if I tell my mom, they're going to say that I feel like that, they might think that I'm ridiculous, or if I tell my friends, they might think that I'm crazy. Isn't this the main cause of suicide, where a child has no outlet for all her pain? I think boys, especially in the Asian culture, are expected to be the man of the family. Like Evan, he feels very responsible towards his younger siblings, and he takes it upon himself to be the man within them, to take care of them. And a lot of times also in the Asian culture, boys are taught that you're not supposed to cry, you're supposed to be the strong one, you know, crying is a sign of weakness. To me, that is one of the reasons why boys may have a lesser opportunity to be able to let their feelings out, because of what the society expects of them.
Also, boys tend to use more lethal method of taking their own lives, and therefore, sadly, have a higher chance of completing it.
I think people who are older, we have already been through a lot in our lives. So sometimes when we look at all the different problems that we see day to day, right, it forms a very, very small part of all the other stuff that we have gone through. But for younger people of this age group, they're just starting to learn, to adapt and experience. So to something that's very small to them might actually be very, very huge.
Well, I would say mental illness is multifaceted, and it's a very complicated illness. I think more complicated than any others, because it's so hard to diagnose, and you can't even have a prognosis. You know, so we really need to wake up as a society to acknowledge that mental illness is a illness, just like cancer or diabetes or anything else. But this particular category is one illness that is so hard to dissect. So therefore, we need to be more sympathetic and empathetic.
And I'd like to vouch for that, because, you know, like cancer, right, you have got all these markers to tell you, oh, is this medication working, is it not working, are you improving, are you not improving? But mental health is something that is really obscure. Even I've been going through depression for the last 20 years, and I still cannot find a way out. You know, some days I'm better, some days I'm worse. There was even a stage where I said, you know, if I'm not feeling suicidal today, it's a better day for me already. So it is a lot more difficult to treat mental health illness. I would even say that, because like certain illnesses are short term. You know, you take medications, you have the right therapy, but what's the right therapy for mental illness is something that you can't even tell whether it's working or not, or when it's going to relapse, you don't know. That you're not alone. You don't have to feel guilty about it. And the society is as responsible as yourself to help you get better. You need to talk to people that you trust. Do not get taunted. Do not feel lousy because people do not understand you, because there's still a lot for people to understand, to be honest, about mental health. But you're definitely not alone, and your family really, really needs you to stick around.
Yes. For me, I'll sum that up with please stay for yourself, for yourself.